Hi everybody, welcome back. Well, we've been working on our ocean scene, so we're going to add a little bit more to it today. I want to show you how I fixed mine up. So first of all, if you remember, or maybe you haven't seen the other videos, so I'll just get you caught up. We took a box and I cut it open and removed one side, and then we painted it. We used a wash of maybe just a tablespoon or two of water, and then we used some food coloring, about 6 or 7 drops, make it a nice vivid color, and then we just painted and painted and painted. So we got this nice kind of watery looking background here on our box. Then we made a rainbow fish. We did that the other day by just cutting and gluing paper and some foil to make the shiny scales. We cut a wedge out of the paper plate and stuck it on the back, and now our fish has a tail. Then we made this fish. We printed off this outline. We made this paint out of equal parts of flour, salt, and water. I used a half a cup of each, and I had plenty of paint to divide to make 4 colors. I used food coloring to color it, and then I used a piece of celery to make these kind of curved lines that are supposed to look like scales. And then I had so much fun with that paint, I used that same celery to kind of stamp these coral images that we added, just to kind of add something to our scene. I kind of researched a little bit, some pictures of ocean scenes, and I saw some real colorful coral that had a neat texture, and so that's what I added to my scene. So then what I did, I taped together, kind of folded it in a little bit and taped it together so it would hold. I taped mine on the bottom because I have this kind of galaxy duct tape, and I thought that didn't really match my scene too well, so I taped it on the bottom and left the top with no tape. So that catches you up with our ocean scene. Now we're going to make one more fish. Okay, this time, this is similar to something we've done before. We're using a coffee filter, and I'm going to turn the camera a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. We're using a coffee filter, and I'm going to use, this is just water. It's a bottle that I used up the hairspray, and so then I put water in it, and I'm going to spray that coffee filter to get it good and saturated. I have my coffee filter on a tray, and I have a paper towel because my tray is kind of colorful. It's a Christmas tray, and once I spray my coffee filter, I'm going to be able to see the colors on the tray so much I won't be able to see what I'm painting. So now I've got a nice saturated coffee filter. One way that's really fun to do this is with the liquid food coloring. Now, the bad thing about that is a lot of 3-year-olds aren't going to be able to just squirt one drop. They'll go squirt and the whole thing will go. So you have to kind of decide if you want to do this or not. But it is really fun to watch the colors separate. I'm going to spray it one more time because I have this paper towel underneath and I can tell it's soaking up the water. I guess we got the quicker picker upper. Okay, so I'm going to add a drop, and I'm going to let you watch the colors spread. And that it is really fun to watch because the colors will spread and will also separate. But again, the downside of using liquid food coloring is that many 3-year-olds will not be able to just squirt just one drop. They'll do a big squirt. So I guess you have to decide if you're up to having a big squirt of food coloring on your coffee filter. So, but I am going to demonstrate it just so you can see what that looks like. It is really cool to watch the colors spread and divide. I think we learned last week that that is called capillary action, how those colors kind of spread like that. Okay, I'm dropping all my bottles. So one more. There, and we'll let those colors kind of mix. You know what? I'm going to put a drop over here so it can mix with the purple too. So we have those colors kind of mixing and separating. The purple, you can see the colors kind of separating out to the red and the blue. I'm going to pick the camera up so you can see how that's working. It really is looking kind of cool. If you're not up to doing that, another more kid-friendly way of doing it is to use watercolors, and I'm just using the plain watercolors. You want to get them really good and soaky. So I have a big tub of water over here that I'm using. You want to get them nice and soaky, and then if it'll drip, that's great. If it won't drip, you can just kind of press your brush to the coffee filter. And again, it's a lot of fun to watch the colors kind of spread and separate. There we go. So you're just going to keep going, putting dots, or you don't even have to put dots. You can paint little swirlies or lines if you want to. Let the colors kind of mix together. There we go. If you feel like your coffee filter is too dry, you can always squirt it again with more water and kind of refresh it. So you're going to just keep adding colors to it until you are happy with how it turns out. And then you'll have to let it dry. That's the hard part. There we go. I'm just going to give that another squirt. So we're going to paint and squirt and watch them separate. We're going to let that dry. I thought I had one that I did earlier. Oh, it's over there. So once you get it done, we're going to do it the same way we did the paper plate. We're going to cut out a wedge, and then you'll glue that on the back. I think it's a little bit easier to do that after it's painted and dried. And then you can, if you want to add anything else to it, you can glue some sparkles to it. You can, anything you want, draw on it with markers or anything you want. And then you'll have another fish to put into your ocean scene. So there you go, another way to make a fish. If you decide to make one, I would love to see how yours come out, and hopefully your ocean scene will be getting all filled up. Okay, well, I will see you I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.